sports. It's in the game.
Nobody do it better than me, not incredibly. I do this competitively, uneditably. These falling silent when I walk up in the building. Worry about their future like I'm here to snatch their children. That line was brilliant. How I'm not already in the millions. Am I not the picture of resilience? Why they test my patience? Hyping all this lame. No one got a brain, they just be liking all the same. Is this what the I'm in on industry games? I'm convinced that nobody is speaking my language. I'm a good ass, so listen close when I say this. After every feel stainless. I can make a fiend go. Everything I wrote gon' smoke, so dangerous. I can make an Einstein feel brainless. But look on the bright side, hope yield changes. I'ma get it started, please give me a pardon. Cause this the type of beat that get the whole crowd marching. Time to shut it down, we made the whole town Spartan. I'm from outer space, so all my homegirls Martian. It's about to get critical, this moment is pivotal. Here to feed the streets that say my influence umbilical. We gon' make it grimy, they'll go get behind me. Told you I'm the best, I done said it with my chest. So for real, nobody try me.
We're at the home of the Super Bowl 52 champions, Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia, PA. Straight ahead, we've got a pretty good one on tap here, as it'll be the Denver Broncos taking on the Philadelphia Eagles. Here's the kicker, Jake Elliott, ready to get this one started. And off we go from Lincoln Financial Field. And they will elect to not bring this one out, as our first drive will begin at the 25. First play, and Wilson wants to throw it. This one complete to Jerry Jeudy. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. The catch and run pays off for 29 yards.
Certainly no settling into the drive there. They came right out on the first play and attacked the middle of the field for a big gainer and a first down.
So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 46. Here's Wilson. He's got his 6'5" receiver. That's Tim Patrick. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Back-to-back plays of right around 30 yards, and the field position has totally been flipped.
Not only have they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely. Great start. 2 nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off that? So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. They'll send Judy in motion left. From the red zone now, here's Wilson on 1st down. Got his man, it's Dulcich. And he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds. That's over 40 yards of movement with those last 2 plays.
Boy, no problems getting down the field here on this opening drive. They've looked really sharp in the early going, and they've come up with some big plays already. Here's another that's going to set up 1st and goal.
First and goal, a chance for an early statement here on the road. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
The one thing we know about RPO throws, they don't take long to develop. He had him wide open to the outside, hit him with it, but I think his eyes were looking downfield trying to see that open grass. Ends up dropping it. That's a missed opportunity.
Again, Wilson. And that is caught. Touchdown, Denver. Greg Dulcich from 4 yards out. And the Broncos are on the board first here this afternoon. Well, the underdog here is showing no fear. Great opening drive.
Now, we weren't in the locker room for the pregame speech, but I will guarantee you, somewhere along the way, the head coach said, let's just grab a big stick and smack them with it and let them know we're going to be here today. They may be the team that's supposed to be superior, but we're not backing down to anyone.
And on the road, no less, setting the tone.
Set to kick off.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And the drive will begin at the 25 as Scott is going to stay in the end zone.
25-yard line.
Hurts and the Eagles come up here 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. On play action, they'll throw. And his throw here is incomplete. Charles, already trailing by touchdown early. This offense, how imperative is it for them to get points out of this drive?
Well, they feel like they have to go ahead and match because of what was already on the board against their defense. But I think even more so, you just want to avoid 3 and outs. You want to be able to stay on the field for a little while, let your defense catch their breath a little bit.
It's caught inside the 25. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Chris Watkins, 75 yards. And the Eagles are able to strike back quickly with an opening touchdown of their own. Well, go ahead and strap in, partner. Less than 2 minutes in, had the score on the one side. A quick answer, though, to get the equalizer.
Sometimes you get that sense of urgency that ratchets up, right? When you give up an early touchdown like that, you just know you're like, okay, how do we go back and equalize things? Can we get it done fast? And they absolutely did. Essentially, we're back to even, aren't we?
Now, after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Now Wilson on first down. Man open. He's got it complete to Cortland Sutton. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2 at the Eagles' 47.
Now Wilson changing the play.
36 power. 14.
In motion goes Patrick. The first carry now. This is Williams. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Wilson now to throw on third down. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete.
They've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there's good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
Now how about this? They'll change it at the line. They're going on fourth down. It's Wilson. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. Touchdown, Broncos. Tim Patrick, 47 yards. And the Broncos' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Lutz good on the extra point, and that makes this a 14-8 ball game.
14, Eagles 8. Will Lutz set to kick off.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
Man, confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out.
Oh, wide open, complete. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Quez Watkins, 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Eagles strike quickly here to tie up the ball game. The call from Nick Sirianni. Let's go for 2 here, he says. Hurts will throw. And this will be caught as they convert here for 2. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
At their own 30-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. We have seen a lot of points here in this quarter. For us up here in the booth, it's been fun to watch. The defensive coordinators probably scratching their heads.
Yeah, they're going a little bit crazy right now, but let's face it, all of our friends who play fantasy, they're enjoying the heck out of this show because most of them are creating and getting a bunch of points.
Yeah, points certainly not at a premium here. Well, looks like they'll move things around here. Wilson. And that throw behind his man. He missed him. Incomplete.
Anytime he reads man coverage, I don't think it's going to be the only time he'll try to hit that route to the outside in this game. He'll test the perimeter, but that time, they're up to the challenge.
That is caught. Taking it right down Broadway. Touchdown. Making a hat trick for Russell Wilson. 3 touchdown passes now. And the Broncos are able to move back in front. Well, just a sensational start for this offense, Charles. 3 drives, 3 passing touchdowns.
Is that like mentioning a perfect game in baseball, or are we cool to do it here in football, partner?
No, I think you can do it here in football. I think perfect game in baseball, that's its own category.
Yeah, I think you're right about that. Could not imagine a worse start for that secondary, or let's face it, a better one for this offense. No chance they stop passing now the way that it's going. I think we'll continue to press the ball downfield and hopefully reap the same results.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Pat Surtain, and they will set up shop in enemy territory at the 42-yard line. Well, he's certainly not been afraid to take some chances downfield. Now, look, it's paid off for him a couple of times. That time, not so fortunate.
And that's where I want to start, what you said. It's paid off a couple of times. So his aggressiveness has been good for his offense for the most part. So he throws an interception there. No one likes that, but I would not rein him back in. The return on investment thus far has been pretty good. 2 touchdowns to 1 interception.
They'll set up the screen. This is Williams. Well, he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. That one good for 13 and a Denver first down.
And when you have success throwing the football, the old cliche becomes true. The playbook opens up wide, and these screen passes, they become even more difficult to stop.
Broncos football as we begin quarter number 2, as they've got it with a 1st and 10. In motion left goes Sutton. Now a first down carry. It's Williams. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. Javonte Williams, 29 yards. And the Broncos are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Well, it has been the passing game that's really been responsible for much of the scoring so far. But let's not forget about this running attack. They're pretty good, too, as evidenced right there.
And I think, Brandon, the fact that they've thrown the ball so well contributed to that touchdown, because that was a defense that was really keyed up to cover those receivers. All they wanted to do was blanket them. They didn't have enough men in the box to stop the run, and you saw the end result.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back, but make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well.
This defense has passed its first 2 tests by forcing back-to-back incompletions. They know that there's probably another throw coming on 3rd down. Let's see if they decide to force the issue by sending people on a blitz.
Well, and Hurts is going to be hit and taken down to the ground. And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it.
63.
They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And, boy, possession here turns over with the football already being in the red zone. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Now Wilson. Into the hands of Patrick, left side. Touchdown, Broncos. Russell Wilson now with 4 touchdown passes on the afternoon. And the Broncos are able to extend their lead. So that pretty conclusively, I might add, shows you the perils of going for it and not making it on 4th down. One play, touchdown.
Yeah, and I've got to put this on the man in charge, the head coach. He made the decision to go for it. To me, when punting was the only decision to make, and it backfired on him in a big way.
Lutz with the extra point, and that will make this a 19-point game.
Eagles 16.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive.
Charles, we know that this offense is aggressive. We saw that last drive. They went for it on 4th down, didn't get it. Then they give up the touchdown. So now you feel like they really need to respond here.
They certainly do, but let's face it. Sometimes when you take that risk, you understand if you fail, a little more onus goes back on your ball club to try and pick themselves back up.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Hurts. Oh, everything falling apart now. Another one intercepted.
Picked off by Fabian Moreau. And they will finally stop him, but a great return. Gets that football all the way down to the 16-yard line.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
After the interception, here's Wilson. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
And to put it mildly, this is a tough spot defensively. They have to come right back out and defend their red zone. But how about that good first step towards forcing them to settle for at least 3 points? I think they're also thinking bigger right now. Imagine being able to stop them totally and change the momentum.
On 2nd down, Wilson. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. Touchdown!
Greg Dulcich
With his 2nd touchdown here in this first half.
and the Broncos are able to add on to their first half lead.
Well, we know someone just added to his touchdown passing total, but all he did was get the ball out quickly to his tight end and let him take care of business the rest of the way.
Lutz good on the extra point. And the route is on here in this first half.
Eagles 16. Will Lutz set to kick off.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off.
And the drive will begin at the 25 as Scott is going to stay in the end zone.
25-yard line.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go.
Well, still early in this one, Charles, but the last time this offense was out there, they threw their first interception of the ball game, so trying to avoid repeating that mistake here on this drive.
And to put a positive spin on it, at least it happened in the first half and not in a close game in the 4th quarter. But you're absolutely right, partner. One of the last things this offensive quarterback wants to witness again in this game.
Kind of an obvious question, Charles, but anything you try to avoid after your first pick, or you say it's one interception, we're still in the first half, I'm going to do the same thing?
I think you want to avoid playing scared, and put it into the mind of the quarterback that you've lost confidence in him. Make sure you get some throws that he's going to be able to complete, make him feel good about himself, and continue to run your offense.
Following the sack, they'll try to change their fortune here on 2nd and 13.
Brings up 2nd and 13 at the Broncos' 33-yard line.
The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter.
13 yards remaining on 2nd down.
Hurts sets up to throw it. And he will slide down with a good gain. Pretty nice gain on the scramble. Gets him 12 yards. Here's Hurts to throw. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
63.
They're going on 4th down with Hurts. 1:58 left to play till we hit halftime. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over.
Well. Front left. Left pass. Done.
They begin the drive with Williams. Down the sideline he goes. And he will step out of bounds all the way down inside the 40. 71 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here in this first half. In motion left goes Sutton. They stick to the ground game on 1st down. It's Williams. Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there forcing a loss on that play.
Wilson. A pass for Sutton is intercepted. The safety, Terrell Edmonds, picks it. And the Eagles are going to take over at their own 28-yard line.
The Eagles take over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And on the last drive, they were in field goal range. They just opted not to kick it, didn't get it. How does that change the mentality this go-around?
Hurts fumbles it. Oh, and one of the linebackers has got it.
And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line.
We know he's got the speed to get downfield, Charles, but there's the negative side. A little loose with the football that time.
And that's normal, especially when you have his type of talents, because you feel like you're into the open field and maybe you don't feel the people who are around you or closing in. All quarterbacks have to do extra ball security drills with the way the game's played now, because defenses, they attack the football as much as they attack the runner.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw.
That's going to be caught by Judy.
Wilson's pass.
And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry up.
10 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and inches at the Eagles' 23-yard line.
There's Wilson to throw. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete.
Now, the secondary's really struggled today, but that's a little bit of a measure of revenge, isn't it? And they just followed the basic rules. See ball, knock ball away, turns into a nice play.
From the shotgun, Wilson. And that will be incomplete.
Nice back-to-back plays defensively. They're stacking momentum now. 1 incompletion, 2 incompletion. They're going for more.
Now Lutz for the field goal try. That's a 40-yard attempt from the left hash. The kick by Lutz is good, and that will extend their lead even further.
So the fumble recovery had them set up in ideal field position, but they can muster only 3 points out of it.
Yeah, when you're able to force turnovers, especially when it results in field position like they had, you really want to make it hurt. Here, they take the field goal. That's definitely not what they were hoping for.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go.
Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left,
more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
On 1st and 10, it's Swift. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Now they got to get to the line quickly. Right back to Swift again on 2nd down. And some room to work. Yeah, he will go out right near the 35-yard line. That's good for 21 yards and a 1st down.
That's how you get right up off of the mat, because on the last play, they stoned him in the backfield and dropped him for a loss. But he's the type of guy that scared me a little bit because he's not daunted. Just got right back up, showed some confidence.
He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack. The Eagles will take their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime.
42-yard line.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long.
Go Silver, ready?
Throwing is Hurts. He's got Brown on the out route complete. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that's going to make it 4th down. The offense stays put. They failed twice already in this first half, but they're going to go a 3rd time here on 4th down. Now back to throw. This short throw caught by Goddard, and he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. They've been burned twice already on 4th down, but the 3rd time's the charm as they keep the drive moving. So after the 4th down conversion, now 1st and 10 inside the 25.
Hey, easy, 63, bad. Hey, Silver. Alpha. Crowd left, Yeti. Hey, let's go. Bad.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. This will be caught by Brown. Oh, he's brought down. And remember here, no timeouts left. They got to get to the line quick.
Crowd left, Yeti. 73.
They'll throw now on the final play. Touchdown, Eagles. Jalen Hurts on target to Dallas Goedert. And the Eagles get a late touchdown here on the final play of the first half. So they say no to the field goal try late in the half, and it winds up really paying off as they score on the final play.
Yeah, a little bit of a gamble, but they had some foresight as well because they knew they were going to get the ball to start the 3rd quarter. So they thought to themselves, if we score here, we can double up back-to-back drives to start the 2nd half.
Elliott good with a PAT, and that'll cut the lead down now to 22. So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando. That's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, and we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with finding some way to put together a touchdown drive here. They need to be smart, fast, efficient, get the ball to the end zone, and do it again multiple times in order to have a chance to win this game.
They go play action with Hurts. He's going to look deep for Watkins. And this is caught inside the 5. Touchdown! Chris Watkins, 60 yards. And the Eagles come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the 3rd quarter. The call from Nick Sirianni. Let's go for 2 here, he says. They'll try and throw for it. And they don't get it. They tried for the 2-point conversion there, but unsuccessful. after the touchdown. Here's Elliott on to kick it away. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. Now, they were terrific in the first half, built up a sizable lead, and it's just been cut into a bit following the opening drive score on the other side. But this is a unit that has to be itching to get the football again.
You can say that again. They've got to be pretty eager because, let's face it, they've had to sit through halftime, then sit on the sidelines and watch that drive. So you can bet that they're saying, let's get on with this. We got to go out there and get some more points.
Now Wilson on first down. Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. And now they're in the hurry-up. Now Wilson on second down. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
And this drive was almost over before it began thanks to a great defensive effort. Sacked on first down, followed by an incompletion. One more good rep, and they get off the field.
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. This will be caught. Judy. An incredible play there. They do get big yardage, but they're still stopped a yard or two short, and it's fourth down. They run. It's Williams. And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. He may go. Javonte Williams. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Javonte Williams. His second touchdown of the afternoon as his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further. This offense, they were dynamic in the first half. The halftime break, that didn't slow them down at all. Big strike here in the third quarter.
It's almost as if they were saying, it's not just our skill in the first half that's getting this done, it's confidence as well. And confidence has taken over this game in a big way. How about these strikes that we're seeing?
Will Lutz set to kick off.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off.
Fair catch going to be taken, and this will be moved out to the 25.
Eagles take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Looking here for Smith downfield. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
That's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
Tiger Hornet. Low Silver, ready? Crowd left Yeti.
Off the play fake, here's Hurts. And he drops it incomplete, and their struggles continue here.
And attempted a deep ball there, they didn't get it. But, boy, they're going to need a few of those to actually hit in order to get back into this game.
Good thing they do have a little bit of time here still left in the contest. Decent-sized deficit, but not one that they can't manage.
Crowd left Yeti. Hey, easy, 63, 63. Hey, let's go.
Play action. Here's Hurts. He's got his target. That's complete. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. Excellent play there on third down. Give him 25 yards. Show a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory. Down at the 33. Again, he'll drop to throw. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble. They'll throw on first down with Hurts. And did he get the feet down? Yes, touchdown. A.J. Brown from 19 yards away. And the Eagles are able to cut into that deficit. The call from Nick Sirianni. Let's go for two here, he says. They'll try to run with Swift. And he'll get in for the score. And that's going to cut the lead down to 13. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And he'll be out of bounds across the 25.
At their own 27-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Their lead down to 2 scores after the touchdown a moment ago as they start with a 1st and 10. And for one of the few times here today, this one's not going to go anywhere. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. He's having a big game running the football, but that one will hurt the yards per carry a little bit.
Yeah, but the average he's got so far, that's the type of average he wants to take with him to contract negotiations, doesn't he?
Yeah, Wilson going to change things up here. They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. And he checks this one down to Williams. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that'll lead here to a 3rd down. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. That is caught. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
3 quarters in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. Finding the open man, and that's Tim Patrick. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And that's going to bring up 2nd down.
45-yard line.
And they'll bring Judy in motion right. Just a little too lackadaisical, Charles, and they didn't get up and snap the ball in time. Delay of game.
Yeah, and I'm not sure if he understood where the clock was located. In different stadiums, it's in different places. You have to check that in pregame and make sure you're aware so you don't run into penalties like these.
On 2nd down, Wilson. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. And this offense on 3rd down today, 2 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5. They'll send Judy in motion left. From the gun, it's Wilson. Now, throw on the run, but that's going to be incomplete. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them, because they know that if they pick up a 1st down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Broncos unable to convert here on 4th. And the Eagles are going to take over in great field position.
73.
On 1st and 10, it's Hurts. On the move past the 40. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. That'll give him 8 that time. And that'll bring up a 2nd down and just a couple.
Crowd left Yannis. Crowd left Yannis. They'll touch that.
In motion left goes
63,
Smith.
63. 63. They'll touch.
2nd down. Here's Hurts. This is Smith to the ground. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. On 1st down, Hurts. And that went to the right side and incomplete.
And when you've thrown as many interceptions as he has in this one, you definitely start getting a little hesitant to throw the ball out wide because that's prime pick 6 territory. That time, he made sure the only guy who was going to catch it was sitting in the 3rd row.
Now a 2nd and 10. Hurts sets up to throw it. Got a man. It's Brown. And he's got this inside the 10 to the 9 before he's out of bounds. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
3rd and 6.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. On 3rd down, here comes Swift. And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. Oh, they're changing this at the line. They're going on 4th down with Hurts. And this is caught. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Jalen Hurts finding A.J. Brown. And the Eagles are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. Now Hurts going to shift him around a bit. They'll try to run with Swift. And he will get into the end zone. So that shaves 2 more off the deficit as they now trail by 5. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
At their own 29-yard line.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. After the touchdown we just saw, we have a brand new ball game. And now look at the situation. You got plenty of time on the clock. Defensively, they have 3 timeouts. So do you run the football here or do you throw it?
I think you have that full conversation with your offensive unit, and you tell them, here's the situation. They've got all their timeouts, so we are not going to play this conservatively. We've got to attack them. We've got to make them use those, gain the ground that we need in order to put this game away. If you think we're just going to run it 3 times and punt it, you got another thing coming.
Yeah, and by the way, also the 2-minute warning in play, so essentially 4 timeouts left.
They have to be aggressive here.
An ideal down and distance to try to finish this thing off. 2nd and inches. Wilson wants to throw it. Finding Williams once more, complete. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line.
But they certainly had success throughout this contest, getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another 1st down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
Well, you got to think, Charles, that one's on the quarterback as everybody was up at the line of scrimmage. He just didn't call for the snap in time.
Yeah, I think he needs a little bit better awareness out there because you got to know when the clock's in single digits and either snap it or get a timeout called if you have one.
And he's brought down.
And these guys certainly are not hiding what their intention is. They're absolutely showing it. They're definitely not going to sit on this lead here in the 4th quarter.
They couldn't ask for much more to this point in the 2nd half. A gorgeous day, 1-score game. 1st and 10 here.
And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. An ideal spot here to get a first down and try to run some more clock, and this is second and less than a yard. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. I guess the simple question, why not just take a knee there?
I don't understand either why you would take any sort of a chance. We've seen it happen in the game of football. Doesn't matter whether you've watched high school, college, or the NFL. Some people get a little greedy, try to get that extra running play in, and it can backfire on them.
3rd and 3.
Here's Wilson.
Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is going to have the Broncos first, and that should be the capper.